Vice President Sara Duterte. And talagang siya na to, she has actually clapped back at critics of confidential funds, saying that they're as good as enemies of the state or, quote, kalaban ng bayan. VP Duterte maintains that the Office of the Vice President and the Education Department, which she also heads, would use its CIF to pursue and promote peace and security. Let's listen to the parts of the Vice President's speech.
Anyone who attacks or undermines funds allocated for peace and order is naturally assumed to have insidious motivations. Such actions go against the protection and well-being of the citizenry. Kung sino man ang kumukontra sa confidential funds ay kumukontra sa kapayapaan. Kung sino ang kumukontra sa kapayapaan ay kalaban ng bayan.
So before this, the lower chamber had decided to realign the confidential funds from the OVP, the DepEd, and other civilian agencies to those departments actually dealing with matters of national security. The Senate is also set to discuss the matter during budget deliberations.
In the meantime, we also know that the Vice President said just a month ago that her office can live without confidential funds. Ito nga yung sinabi niya during the Finance Committee hearing back in September 4. Let's roll that soundbite.
We leave it to the decision and discretion of the members of Congress. We can only propose, but we are not insisting. We can live without confidential funds. But of course, our work will be much easier if we have the flexibility of confidential funds.
Well, how important are confidential funds exactly?
Joining us tonight to talk about this is Kabataan Partylist Representative Raoul Manuel, who is one of the staunchest critics of the OVP and DepEd office's confidential funds. Representative Manuel, thanks for joining us tonight. My first question to you right away is, are you an enemy of the state? Kalaban ka ba ng bayan?
Hello po, good evening po sa lahat, sa mga viewers natin. Hindi po tayo kalaban ng bayan. Pati rin yung maraming mga Pilipino na nagtatanong lamang po saan ginastos at saan balak gastusin ang hinihinging confidential funds. Bahagi po ng nation building, bahagi po ng trabaho natin para sa bayan ang pag-ensure na ang bawat piso ay nagagamit po para sa serbisyo at para sa tama.
Right, Congressman Raul, sabi kasi ni Vice President Duterte, ito yung sabi niya, ang DepEd daw kasi is part of the Anti-Terrorism Council and the NTF-ELCAC. So, kailangan daw ng pondo para doon. What's your opinion on that?
Tingin po natin, our civilian agencies already have much on their plate. Ang dami nang dapat na tiyakin, ang dami nilang responsibilities in line with their mandate. For example, DepEd is expected actually to support welfare of teachers. Teachers Day pa naman po ngayong araw, yung pag-address ng learning recovery and learning crisis. So we think ang obsession ng mga civilian agencies sa confidential funds is already too much at dapat bumalik sila sa primary mandate ng kanilang mga opisina.
Para sa'yo ba dapat tanggalin lahat ng confidential funds ng DepEd tsaka ng OVP? Kasi sabi naman nila, yung confidential funds have been there with certain agencies. Yun nga lang, ngayon medyo lumobo kaya napapansin na ng taong bayan. Ano para sa'yo, tanggalin lahat o tapyasan lang?
For us, when it comes to the confidential funds, dahil it's already a secret fund at hindi na audit ng lubos for checking of our government. Tapos, ang dami na rin mga serbisyo na mas nangangailangan ng pondo. Very clear na kailangan nila ng funds. Hindi na kailangan gawing sekreto. So para sa atin, dapat lahat ng confidential funds ay mawala na. That's why part of the amendments filed by Kabataan Partylist along with ACT Teachers and Gabriela Women's Party is to abolish all confidential funds of agencies in the government.
All confidential funds across
civilians.
the board.
Civilian
Yes,
agencies.
Or across the board?
Yes. Para po sa atin, across the board, ang proposal po na iyan is based on our observation. Na, for example, kung usapin man ng national security at halimbawa pag-protect sa West Philippine Sea, we have clear needs for our Coast Guard pag-acquire ng dagdag na mga equipment or mga barko. So tingin po natin ang mga ganung expenses no longer need to be confidential.